Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Karn Eldrazi ramp on the play or on the draw for game one, not on the play. I'll be honest, it was not certain that I was gonna be playing Magic today. Elden Ring Night Rain came out and it was hard to pull myself away. Also kind of wishing that I held that Emrakul. Would have allowed me for a turn 2 Karn. We're still angling for a turn 3 kicked Myco spawn at this point. I had considered that after I pushed it, but just all the temples, eh? Do you have a force? You do not. We'll pass. The frog will be an issue unless we draw into a solution. Pitching Fatal Push. Also, I guess I must still be on Wi-Fi and not on my wired connection, hence why it's a little bit jumpy. I'll just see if I can fix that between rounds. Interesting red. Ragavan? The fresh what? There's another Myco spawn. Let's see if you have a counter spell. I'm wondering if I do hit their yard. Black would tell me they might have a fatal push. So we could Bajuka Bog to hit their yard. I think I will. Blue Bowmaster. Ping me down to 16. At this point we'll pass. And pass. 3 cards in hand, 2 lands. Attack with the team. Block the Ragavan. Pitch Murktide with Frog. Going Karn for EX2 is a consideration here coming up. We do need to be worried about the frog next turn, though. Thankfully, this should help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 2 is 7, so we can go Writhing Chris. Actually, I guess if I went minus 3 would be 6. Actually, hold on. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 minus 4 would be 5. 9 minus 5 would be 4. So yeah, we should be able to do this. Kick. Target Steam Vent. There's the counter spell. That's fine though. We'll grab the Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Play Windswept Teeth. Fetch Windswept Teeth down to 8. For a forest. Writhing Chrysalis. Pass, so we have blockers up the wazoo. Apply pressure of Myco and hold. One, two, three, four. 1, 2. Float the frog. We'll snap block with the Chris. And draw. Cyrus 7 Deaths will probably be the better bet then. We'll go to combat. Block with the Orc. Our 7 deaths. Done. Karn, the Great Creator. Karn resolves. Minus Karn. Go Engineered Explosives. I guess we could. We'll go EE and then pass. I do wonder if maybe just going EE off the start or Karn off the start would have been better. Fetch down to 12. So we're not dead here. Steam Vent Shock 3. They can grow past the size of Sire, but they can't kill me now. I guess it's not true if they have a Bolt. Draw. Minus Karn. Yes. Liquid Metal Coating. So this way we'll liquid metal coating the steam vents, making sure they don't have a counter spell for the EE for 2. There's the bolt. I mean, you could have attacked last turn and threatened the bolt phase. I think that would have been wise, but opponent scoops it up. Alright, so an interesting Grixis Murktide list. Win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. We'll still bring in Lithomantic Barrage. And cut Karn. And run it back. Alright. Yeah, the Ragavan's interesting. It does make me a little bit scared for like a turn 1 Ragavan, to be completely honest. Alright. Well, I imagine an opponent will bring in a Consigned Memory, though I'm not sure about Harbinger or Magus of the Moon. I mean, I guess they could just cut the Ragavan, cut bolts, and then go Harbinger. Probably would be the right choice, realistically speaking. But 3 colors in Harbinger usually don't mix all too well. Hoping matches are quick today, that way I can get right back to Night Rain. Unfortunately, have not made it past the first Night Lord. Just have not been able to get there. I've gotten there almost every single expedition now, just we keep coming up a little bit short. Not sure if damage is a factor or what. It feels like an explosive domino effect. One person goes down, one person goes to pick them up, the other person goes down, rinse, repeat until we're all just dead. 'Tis unfortunate. Opponent's thinking hard here on the sideboard. Either that or they're just taking a moment to breathe. All potential options. Yeah, nice thing about the Lithomantic Barrage, it can kill Ragavan on 1, even though it is not blue. Or blue or white, as that's the colors for Barrage. Deal 5 damage, but can easily kill a frog if we get the opportunity. Kill a Harbinger, etc., etc. Bowmaster, Boastmaster is also in range, being 1 toughness, so not bad. Alright, well, it doesn't look like my opponent ended up sideboarding after all. Interesting. Just gonna go to game 2 with a stock list. I guess going with stock, just their main board, no sideboard pieces. Like, what can we draw that would make this hand better? Malevolent Rumble, that's kind of it. One mulligan. I'll keep this. Maybe I was the one who didn't sideboard? Did I cut too many cards? I'm confused. We'll pitch Karn. I guess I was the one who didn't sideboard? I'm just confused now. That's where I'm at. I'm just confused. Draw. Breeding Pool, Shock, Sprawl for red. And pass. Okay, well, no Lithomantic Barrage for me. I guess something must have bugged. Either that or, like I said, maybe I just didn't bring in enough cards. Let's see if you have a consigned memory. Alright, the spawns resolve. In that we're looking at a kicked Myco spawn next turn. Steam Vent Shock. Counterspell. Counterspell's fine. No consign is good. Watery Grave. And draw. Be good to get a forest on board here. Forest. Sprawl. For red. Kick Sowing Myco spawn, go after your steam vents. Paying cost, you have the consign. Whirlwind of Denial. Yeah, you got it. We'll pass. Was not expecting that, I'll be real. We're still pretty well set at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. We're short on Emrakul, but we're in a good spot otherwise. Let's start with Rumble. Do you have a spell snare? You do not. I think we go Windswept Teeth here, actually. At the same time, I kind of want to go Bajuka Bog to make sure they can't play a Merc. Still maybe go Windswept Teeth for the follow-up, but now we'll go Temp. Bajuka Bog target you, and pass. So no Murktide. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so we can play anything off the top now. Consider. There goes the Merc. Echoing Truth. Float the Frog. We'll take 3. Land and passing. Draw. Riding Chris. Triggers. Flooded Strand fetch. I guess I should have played a land given Whirlwind of Denial. Consigned to memory wouldn't matter. Okay. Yeah, especially because they know about the E-Temp. Should have played it. play the E-Temp and pass. And hold. Only 2 cards in hand. I mean, if we can just draw into some gas here, we're good. I will absolutely snap block you. Land, fetch. I mean, you can play a small Murk. It'd be only a 4/4. Undercity Sewers. Keeps it on top. And a Harbinger. Rude, but fine. Draw. World break. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I will go after your steam vents. Alright, we're in a good position now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Draw. Yeah, we want to keep the spawn, so if I block with a breaker and they grow the frog out of range, I can just bring it back the same turn. Draw. Sire 7 deaths. Counterspell resolves. And pass. And draw. And pass. And pass and draw. I guess for another green and pass. So I can grow the frog out of range now, but like I said, I'll just bring back the world break. I can only do it once though. Do need to be mindful of that fact. And they would have to pitch their entire hand. Go to blocks and block. Okay. Toxic Deluge. End step. Return world break. Sacrifice the lab. So 4, 5, 6, 7. No reason to play the lab right now. We'll go after his sewers. Block again. You can't bring it back this time though, is the only thing. Draw. Ugin. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5. I guess I should play temp. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I do this right, I actually can probably bring back World Break. It would be 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8. No. So in that case, yeah, we'll just play you out. Okay, so let's cancel overtime. Because, yeah, I want to hold up probably a green-red. Ugin exiled, you have consign. You might have a counter spell, but the consign's what you need. You do have the consign. That is unfortunate. We'll take 9, upwards of 11. Pitching Ragavan. So taking 10 down to 4. 2 cards in hand. Cyrus 7 deaths. Do you have a counterspell? You do not. So we can at least block the frog, giving us another turn. I can push to 11 and they can push the frog to 11, so I will have to block the frog. Yep. And draw. Okay, command's a dead card. We will concede. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there. Else my cat wants out of the room. 1 moment. Hi. Yes, hello. Go this way. And out. Yeah, the frog just became too big of a problem to deal with, short of... Yeah, I guess we just didn't sideboard. How the hell? Weird. I really need the Ugin to resolve, honestly. On the play for game 3, I will keep Breeding Pool, Shock, Utopia Sprawl for red. Pass. And pass. Pledge Strand, passing, draw, lab, play lab, no imprint, talisman, fetch Flooded Strand, Steam Vent Shock to 17, and Spell Snare? Consign. I'm fine with that. For green, it's a little bit dangerous in case of a Harbinger, admittedly. 2, draw, breaker. We could K command and hold. I think that might be right. So if we go lab, imprint, K command, hold, let's do that. Consider their options. That resolves. Undercity Sewers. I mean, they're holding a counterspell pretty clearly, so we'll just hold. Another K return. We'll hold. And hold. Luda Delta. If they do go for something here, it's likely that they have a consign. Is the only problem. Or yeah, so that tells me everything I need. So we could go for the K command. The thing is, it doesn't really matter what we go for, whether it's the command or the return, is it? Yeah, so we're just gonna float. That's gonna resolve. One, two, three, leaving 1, 2. So I could K return here, and then K command as a follow-up. Because like I said, this feels like a consign. That resolves. I will K command X equals 1. Unfortunately, I can't deal with the Harbinger, but we might be able to make something work. We hold. They do have a black source. For 2 down to 16. You have 2 consigns out already. There's a Froj, draw, temp, pass. I mean, we have 7 mana next turn to play Sire Null Drifter Ugin. Do I block the frog? A little bit hesitant to do so. So I'm going to say no there. Down to 13. There's the Merc. It's a 6/6. Draw. There's the break, but we can't cast it as we have no green source. Yeah, them hitting that talisman early actually did end up hurting quite a lot. We are forced to block the frog here. Otherwise, we would lose. Down to 5. Draw. And concede. Nothing we can do about that. Alright. Unfortunate. Well, we'll be back for match 2. Remoto catches up. There we go. It's like I definitely conceded. Alright, but we'll be back for match 2. Alright, and we're back for match 2 on the draw for game 1. We'll mulligan. I'll keep. I'll pitch. Done. And pass. Dark's like Shores. Thoughtseize. Thougtseize hits Chrysalis, question mark. I could hit the Ugin, admittedly, but the Chrysalis is the earliest threat I have in hand currently. Yeah. Draw. Okay, we have a Micah spawn at least. Do you force it? Nope. Red. Pass. Pass. So Murktide or Oculus. Black. Thoughtseize takes Micah spawn. Again, the earliest castable. If you take the Ugin, that might be okay-ish. I could still cast the Mega Spawn next turn if I draw into a 7-mana value spell or a Temple, so still have a high chance of casting it. So I think the Mega Spawn is the right play here, yeah. Draw, Ugin Lab, Imprint. One more Thoughtseize, please. Fetch. Water Grave, Shock for a Thought Scour. Consider. Tells me it's probably Murktide then. Psychic Frog. 5, so they do have a Murktide available. That'd be a 6/6 Murktide. Yep, there it is. It is a 6/6 Murktide. Draw. Forest. Play Forest. Pass. This is a clock. Yeah, double Thoughtseize is a bit rough. Normally, Murktide's a pretty straightforward matchup in my opinion, but ain't looking like it here. Down to 14. Tis a Froge. I need a K command. That's not a K command. Play the Ghost Quarter. Play a Talisman. Does Talisman resolve? Talisman resolves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So on end step, we're going to return Ugin to hand. The question then becomes whether or not we go for the Murktide or the Psychic Frog, and that even depends on whether or not we're going to get another turn, because they can do some shenanigans here. I think they can win, is the problem. They're not going to go for it, because they could pitch 5 cards, that'd be 12 damage, and if at least 2 of those cards are instants or sorceries, they win. No, I'm going to go for it. Shit. Ugh. One turn slow. I need just a blocker to give me some breathing room. Uh-huh. Really? You could have won if you exiled all 3 of those. Yeah, I mean, they could have done it. Interesting. Don't know why they didn't. Them pitching the counterspell must mean that they don't have another land. Would be my only thought process. Now the problem is, okay, what a Grave Shock. Return Ugin to hand. And draw. Forest. Ugin. I mean, Frog can get bigger than Murk. But if they were to exile the yard now, Murk kills me, so I need to get rid of the Murk. Stubborn Denial resolves, but we get rid of the Murk at least, so we're not dead yet. Keywords, of course. It's me for... Oh no, I'm just dead. Never mind. They pitched 2. Yeah, never mind. Forgot that I need to be able to actually resolve the Ugin not to die. So that is Murktide. Lost for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Yeah, based on what there was in their hand, we should have been dead to rights the turn before. Alright, well, bring in Lithomantic Barrage, cut the Karn, and run it back. 'Tis unfortunate. Yeah, Thoughtseize is a hell of a card. It can just pretty much end the game very quickly. It's why, I mean, there's a reason why Grief is banned, because Thoughtseize on a stick and the ability to recur it with a Undying effect is pretty good for game 1. Or not game 1, but turn 1. On the play for game 2, I will keep a bit weird, but I think we can make it work. Temp, pass, and pass. So we have 2 sets of these talismans, so I can go red first for the K command. Draw. Misty Rain. Gemstone. Talisman of Impulse, pass. Does it resolve? It does. So we can ramp pretty hard next turn then. Undercity Sewers. And pass. Tis a polluted delta and passing. Draw Ugin, you say. Talisman. Talisman. Pass. Fetch polluted delta for another sewers. Tis another sewers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One land does get me to Ugin. They missed their land drop. Misty Rain, fetch. Yeah, the Talismans, I'm not worried about going for a forest right now. Hedge Maze, Null Drifter, top. Let's see if they have a consign. Go to cleanup. Page is a Harbinger. Cast Null Drifter. So we're on par for where you need to be. Do you have a consign? Could be a Bowmaster. Nope, there's consign. We'll pass. Again, one land we get Ugin. That's 2 types, so we're at 9 for Emrakul. 4 short. Do you find a land? You do not. Draw, hold K command then. You want that to end up in yard at the very least, because that will increase the number of types in yard by 2. Missed the land drop again. Go to end step. I will leave 1 back on the off chance that they have a stubborn denial. Also, okay, I did go 4. I was like, wait a second. I thought it said free 3 for a second. Did I not tap my Eldrazi Temple for 2 mana? I did. So we play around stubborn denial. It resolves. That's wild. I'm gonna go bottom, bottom, top, top, and draw. Pitching a spell bomb, forest. World break on the sewers. Do you have a consign? There's consign. 4, 8, 9. We'll pass. You can always bring World Break back. Sacrificing the gemstone if we really want. Thoughtseize resolves. You're not gonna like what you see. Probably should take the Emrakul, if I'm being honest. Yep. Go to end step. Return World Breaker. Sacrifice the gemstone. Draw. Malevolent Rumble. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's sewers. Do you have a consign? If so, I imagine you have to hit the trigger, but opponent's gonna scoop. I mean, that was very unlucky of them to just not hit anything. back as is. Not that I wish on unluck? Misfortune, I suppose, on my opponent. I would not mind if that happened again. I'll put it that way. Alright. I mean, opponent shouldn't really be changing much, I don't think. I imagine that they'll just be keeping in Harbingers and Consigns, and that's about it. Yeah, we can keep this hand. Keep. Pass. Undercity Sewers, Surveil. Push to Yard. I'm surprised they even have pushes left in the deck. Sprawl for red. And pass. And pass. Island. Holding. Draw. Double tally. Initially I was thinking about holding the K command, but I think we go Talisman. Talisman. Sprawl. For green. And pass. This way we still have the K command, even if they Harbinger next turn. Consider their options. And pass. Watergrave Shock. Passing. Rumble. Use... I actually want to hold the red. Malevolent Rumble. Rumble resolves. We find nothing but a brick. I think I actually go Sanctum of Ugin, interestingly enough. Play Temple and hold the K command. Ideal if we play the K command now, we can get the trigger off the Sanctum to dig for something. Whether that be an Emrakul or otherwise. Bowmaster trigger, target spawn, sack spawn. And hold the K command. Bowmaster attack for 1, down to 18, 18 all. And draw. K return. Play Sanctum. And hold. Yep, we'll take the 1 down to 17. And I kind of want to just fire it off, but I'm actually just going to fire you off. K return. I mean, it's bait, right? If you don't want it in yard, you'd have to force it. Draw. Chrysalis. Cast Chrysalis. Do you have consigned memory? No consign, maybe a counterspell though? Interesting. No reason to play the Ugin Lab right now, so I'll just hold. Blue Dismember. I'm tempted to see if this K command will resolve. Let's see. 1, 2. Yeah, so let's do it like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I will sack 1. Trigger. Always yield. I'm doubting this works, but there's an off chance it might. Done. Yes. We can go Emrakul, the Promised End. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, so we can go Emrakul. I think I might actually go World Break, just because of recursion. Two, counterspell. Yeah, didn't think it would work, but it was worth a shot. This also did show me they didn't have a consigned memory. Blue to Delta. Yeah, because of the talismans, we can recur the World Breaker many times over. So even if the World Breaker gets countered, unless they have a consign, they're going to be in trouble. 2 Merc 7/7 resolves and draw Ugin. We're pretty confident they don't have a consign, so we're gonna go Ugin target Merc with a Delta fetch. Oh, look at that, they do have a consign. Huh. Because they could have consigned the trigger then. Weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I'll end up taking the 7. Maybe I should have been more greedy and went for an Emrakul. There's the Froge. You can pitch 3, float 3, push Murktide to 10. I'm not dead yet. Froge will die to the K return if K return is allowed to resolve. So at least Froge will be off board if nothing else. Down to 10. And draw. Lithomantic Barrage. Let's see if the K return resolves. If it does, then we can barrage the Merc. Consign. This is awkward because it does mean I need to kill the frog now. If they're smart, or if they have another spell in hand, they win. Float the frog. Damn. Yeah, the consign gets me. That's 10 damage. We can't do anything about it. We concede. Yeah, they had 2 consigns in hand. They must have drawn them because they had so many good opportunities to cast consign, but never did. Either that, they just held it. Yeah. Alright, well, GG's. We'll be back for match 3. Alright, and we're back for match 3 on the draw for game 1. We'll keep. We'll pass. Is this Murktide again? What's going on? Did I miss something? It's like Murktide Thursday. Paying cost. Yeah, it seems like Murktide. We'll pass. And hold. Another K command. I mean, at this point, we'll probably just fire off a K command just because we can. Running cat. Another watery grave shock. Bowmast. We could force check here, right? Bowmast trigger, target me, cast K command. We will exile the Bowmast. And done. No force, good to know. Down to 19. You get your orc army. So we'll have 7 next turn, meaning we're 4 short on the Emrakul. We'll take 1. Down to 18. Do you have your land drop? You do. Spurific Springs Bolt to 12. Choose a Froge. Now I'm pretty confident that they don't have a force. Push. Sack in response. And pass. Draw. Temp. K command. Exile Froge. There's a little chance of a force. I'm gonna hold the spawn back just in case. Froge is down. And pass. And hold. You have another K command. 2, 7, 7. So yeah, we have enough for Emrakul next turn. Actually, we'll have 14 total. Do you have Kaido? I mean, they'd put shields down, and that would allow us to cast the Emrakul. So if they're not careful, a Kaido here, I think, ends the game. And not in the direction they want. They would need specifically a subtlety to avoid losing at that point. Down to 17. Consider your options. Yeah, this felt like they definitely have a Kaido. Paying cost for... interesting. Draw. Ugin Lab. Ba, 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 ba. Talisman. I mean, if you counter the Talisman, we're casting this Emrakul. There's no reason to counter this. Unless you're thinking that I'm bricked on colored sources, which is a possibility. But if you counter this, I think I just win. Okay. They did not. Tapped and pass. We'll use the K command as a permission spell on end step. I think I just let the orc hit me, honestly. Tis a Froge. End step. K command. And done. Does this resolve? Luna Delta fetch to 11. Tis an Eland. Tis a counterspell, which means we're in the clear for the Emrakul. Draw. Wooded Foothills. Fetch Wooded Foothills. 3 types in yard. Hedge Maze. Trigger. Swine Myco spawn top. And 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Our turn, comrade. Hey, they had the subtlety after all, jeez. I mean, that's fine. Top. No attacks. Draw. Tis a force, can't do much about that. And I guess I could pitch it to Frog, but I'm not really feeling like that's necessary. So instead, exile 1, 2, 3. Float the Frog. Pitch 1, 2, 3. Yeah, just no reason to cast the force. We'll pass. And pass. So they have force in hand. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Brain Surge. Brain Surge would suggest they play Tamiyo. Yeah. That'd be my guess, at least. I'd be surprised if it wasn't, if they weren't playing Tamiyo, and if they were not playing Tamiyo but playing Brain Surge. I mean, they're looking for a way to stop the Emrakul from resolving, right? And I guess if they have another land and a counterspell, Fatal Push. Okay, so they're thinking if they cut me short on one land, they get there. Unfortunately for you, that is incorrect. Down to 13. Tis a land. And draw. 3, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, I really don't need to imprint, so I'm just going to go Ugin Lab. No imprint. Our turn, comrade. Do you have another subtlety? You know you have a force at the very least. And Bone scoops it up. We'll take the win. Alright. We'll bring in Lithomantic Barrage, cutting Karn once again, and run it back. Righty. Yeah, I mean, as far as sideboard's concerned, again, they'll bring in Harbingers, they'll bring in Consign, not much different from the last two matches. So we'll just have to play around those as best as we can. Lithomantic Barrage is good. We just need to have a early Toga Sprawl for red or a Talisman of Impulse. Make sure that we have all our colors for casting. And confirming that we did okay, it says deck submitted. So we should be good. I didn't want it to be like the same thing as, was it match 1, game 2, where I'm like, what's taking my opponent so long? And then they're like, oh, it was me. I was the problem. Hand's a little bit awkward. I'll keep it though. Run it back. Darkseid Shore, passing, no Thoughtseize is just good. Draw. Hedge Maze, trigger. Command to yard and pass. Consider their options. Use it on top, draws a card, and passes. Flooded Strand, fetch, Froge, to the Froge, and draw. Gemstone, you're a bit late to the party, friend. In that case, I'm thinking we rumble. Do you have a force? Does a force check? Given the fact that they're not just letting it resolve, I'm going to say they do. Or not. Shocking. We can go Temple, we can go Sire. I think we go... this is awkward, actually. Go Emrakul. We're going to go Emrakul. And that's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're still short on Emrakul. We could block the Froge. They don't float it. I think that might be right. A Harbinger here would hurt, though. I will block the Froge. End step draw. 'Tis a forest. That does make me a bit interested in the sprawl, but we're going to imprint Emrakul and hold the K command. Paying cost for a Bowmast. Bowmast will resolve. Let's see if they will fetch on end step as well. Perfect. Force check. Ramp and exile. There's a little bit of a gambit that worked out in our favor. There's the force. They do pitch the Murktide, which is good for us, though. Alright. Keeps it on top and pass. We'll get hit for 3. Pitch a Verdant Cat. 4 down to 15. Draw. Tis a world break. Sprawl for red. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We could be a bit cheeky here. I'm tempted. I'm gonna hold. I think we could Utopia Sprawl, K return, but I think that'd be a bit too cheeky. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Begin combat. I'm going to again force check. Or not force check, but attempt to resolve K return. Or K command, rather. Paying cost. Counterspell resolves. And 4 down to 11. Guess we could have argued playing that on upkeep. It's Perfect Springs, Bolt to 15. So they have another counterspell, it feels like. 4, 7, 8. So right now we're looking at 8 damage potentially. I'm going to Utopia Sprawl for green. We're going to hold. Five. Cast K return. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 will be one short of Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No matter what, we do have enough for World Break, though. Bowmass down. Pitching Sink. 3 down to 8. Draw up to 4. So lethal damage is officially on board. Spellbomb. So Spellbomb does turn off Emrakul. Tamiyo. If you Spellbomb now, Tamiyo flips. Yes. So Tamiyo flip. Yep. Tamiyo plus. And let's go to draw. Draw. Curiosity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we probably should hold. World Break, target, Darkslick Shores. Do you have a consign? Paying cost for consign. So World Break down. We'll pass. So we're not dead yet, but they'll minus Tamiyo pick up consign. That is 6 damage, 7 damage at most right now. Plays a swamp. pitches Tameo, draws a card, down to 4. I mean, you should minus Tameo for consign, and then just pass. That should be the right play. And unfortunately, I don't think I have much that we can do then. Paying cost for... How many basics have we seen? There's no way they only have one island, right? Might as well go for it. Pass. Okay. It was worth a shot. Draw. Sanctum. No dice. We'll concede. The spell bomb did hurt a bit, to say the least. Alright, well. On to game 3. We'll run it back as is. On the play for game 3, I will keep drawn to a 7-mana value spell. We'll be able to Ugin Lab and a K command. X equals 2. Eldrazi Temple, pass. And pass. Pluto Delta. Do we Thoughtseize is the question. Looks like we will. Is that or Tameo? If the Tameo, we'll K command X1, Water Grave Shock for Tameo. Okay, we'll K command X1 then. Draw Lithomantic Barrage. Well, in that case, we don't even need to K command. Force check with the Talisman. Lithomantic Barrage. And pass. Next turn, if we draw into a 7-mana value spell, we have a Kikmaiko. Passing. Flooded Strand, and do you play a Froge? Flooded Strand, fetch, I imagine the Froge. The fact they didn't go for a Swamp tells me they probably don't have a Harbinger. Draw. Null Drift. Ugin Lab. Imprint Drift. Oh, I need a green. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll go temp here. And hold. And hold. This way we can play Null Drift next turn. Paying cost for Thoughtseize, takes the K return. Arguable that maybe I should just cycle it. If we draw into something better, then, well, we kind of want that. I will snap block. Unless you want to float. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we're close to a Emrakul. Alright. +1/+1 counter on the Throj. Imagine you float the frog, right? But why pitch sink now? Yeah, see, why pitch that now is my question. Weird. Pitch Spellbomb. Okay. Down to 15. There has to be some reason for that. Paying cost for Spellbomb. And draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Force check time. Ugin. Sanctum of Ugin trigger. Ugin target Throj. Resolves. Yes. I'll go World Break. Plus with Ugin. Chrysalis is a dud, but that's fine. And pass. I mean, short of a Sheoldred's Edict, this Ugin's sticking on board and should just take control of the game. Two, 4, 6, 7, Bowmast. Is the Throj. That Throj is going nowhere though. Ugin plus. World Break. And opponent concedes. Alright, solid win for game 3. For our third match in a row. And that's not kind of last night. If you account for last night, I'm looking at my data sheet right now. We played against Murktide in match 5 last night as well. So I've played 4 Murktide matches in a row. Clearly I did not get the Murktide memo. But with that said, we'll be back for match 4. Alright, and we're back for match 4. On the draw for game 1. We'll keep, we'll pass. Scalding Tarn. Draw. Tis an Emrakul. Eroding Catacombs. For a forest. Sprawl. For red. Pass. Scalding Tarn fetch for falls. Okay, could be looking like Prowess. Tis mountain. Plotting a slick shot. Draw. Another sire. We're gonna hold the K command then. They shouldn't have any consigns main. Fetch Scalding Tarn. Tis a slick shot. Tis a slick shot. Tis a bobble. Trigger, trigger. Good combat. No blocks. Paying cost, mutagenic growth, target. Trigger, trigger. Paying cost, lava dart, target. Trigger, trigger. Resolves. Lava dart, target, trigger, trigger. K command. I respect the attempt, but Jesus. Calm down there. And done. We'll take the 9 down to 8. Ball will target me. And ball will draw. Draw. 'Tis a talisman. Imprint. Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Play talisman. I guess the spawn would give me an extra ground blocker. And we'll be able to cast this Sire next turn anyways. And pass. He's a Sire. And pass. 'Tis Islet. Draw a card. As long as I get to attack here, it should be GG's. No attacks. Draw. Maybe. Tease a gemstone. Go to combat. Attack. No blocks. Down to 9. And Sire 7 deaths. And that should be GG's. We'll pass in full. And opponent scoops it up. Alright. Solid win against Prowess for game 1. Let's move the sideboard. Bring in Trinosphere and EE. Actually, do I bring in EE against Prowess anymore? I forget what the data said. Is it Prowess? Yes. Yeah, because we cut Karn, we cut Ghost Quarter, and we cut Chrysalis. Yeah, so we should be bringing Prowess on the draw as well. Or on the play, rather. There we go. That looks better. The on the play version was tripping me up. Alright, on the draw for game 2. This does feel a bit slow. What makes this hand better? I mean, Trinosphere, Malevolent Rumble, K Command. Okay, we have some good hits. We'll pass. Opponent goes to 6. We'll imprint the Emrakul. Cast the Talisman. Forest Sprawl. Passing. Slow start from opponent. Tis a bog, so we can shrink the DRCs. Not ideal to draw into, but it's better than nothing. Passing in full there, so no consigns, but no turn 1 playables either. That's weird. Scouting Tarn to Graves. Must be a handful of lands. Tis a mountain. And there's a slick shot. Draw. There's a sphere. So I will go Sprawl for red. Sphere. Oh dear. And pass. Next are we can Bajuka Bog, Sanctum into Ugin. Unfortunately, Uginalt is pretty bad. There's a slick shot. Hit me for 1, down to 19. And draw. To the forest. In that case, I will play the forest. 2, 4, 6 will pass. And pass. To the Swift Spear. Take 2, down to 17. Draw. Tis a temp. Go Sanctum. Sanctum of Ugin. Ugin, target slick shot. And yes. For World Break. Oh. Ah, damn it. I pressed 6 by mistake. I meant to plus. I didn't plus. And Bone scoops it up anyways. Alright, we're good. Alright, solid 2-0 win against Prowess. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, and we're back for match 5 on the draw for game 1. We'll pass. At the very least, we get to go Null Drift next turn, if nothing else. Meticulous Archive. Could be Control. I'd love to see a soul land off the top. That's a bog. That's not a soul land. We can go for red? Yeah, we can go for red. We can always evoke off of a breeding pool. I guess we can go for blue. Either way, I kind of want red and blue, so yeah, we'll go red. Pass. And pass. Tizabas Seiju, so Bant something. Green, blue, for what? Oh. Untapping. White, what? Oh no. Oh no. It's Neoform. I'm in danger. I'm in danger. Raiding Pool Shock? I don't even want to cast anything at this point. It's not gonna matter. Look at that, soul lands! Yay! I lose. Oh, gotta be joking me. Let's see the Allosaurus Rider. Do it. Show it to me. Do it now. Portico. Passage of the Yard. Yeah. Uh-huh. There's Galta. Terrastodon in hand. Atroxa Grizzlebrand. Even better. So it's quote-unquote fair Neobrand. They're not like outright winning the turn that they play Neoform, but like they might as well be. So that's 27 power on board, with either evasion or with trample. How should I say? I'm dead. So I'll just concede. I got nothing that can help me here, right? Well, okay. Hold on. Let me do the math real quick. If we K command and leave behind, let's say, green, we'll beat a 4, 5, let's say 8. It would take... Could we get there? If I go E-temp, K command X2, we'll have 3 left over. No, there's no way. Even if we were to get the perfect 8, I would have 2 spawns left over. So it'd only be 10, right? Yeah. Yep, okay, never mind. We concede. Concession. Lost for game 1. What is your meta percent share right now, Neobrand? Do I need to consider playing Warping Whale soon? Or Vexing Bauble? Or Grafdigger's Cage? Or all of the above? Because I'm starting to feel like I might need to. Let's see. Dex, meta share, modern. I mean, 2% of the meta in the last 30 days, in the last 7 days. 4%. I mean, I guess I could play some number of Vexing Bauble. It does, like, incidentally hit... Like, it's Neobrand, incidentally hits Living End. Prowess, kind of. So maybe... I guess Warping Whale does hit Living End as well. Consign Memory does nothing. Karn's not doing much, but neither is K Return. I guess I could bring in Chalice. And I'll just run it back like this. Like, we just really desperately need a turn 2 Trinisphere. The problem is we're going to be on the draw for game 2, or game 3, even if we win this. On the play for game 2. This might be a turn too late. Shoot. I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if it's good enough though. Yeah, that's the issue with the Trinisphere plan, right? Yeah, so maybe, like, the thing is also Vexing Bauble, Graftig, like, they can just play Allosaurus Rider early. So there's a thought that maybe something like Grafdigger's Cage is better, but Grafdigger's Cage, it's so, like, it's not as good. Pass, draw. Windswept Teeth, fetch. For a forest. Rumble or Talisman? We'll go Rumble. Temple or Spawn? We'll go Temple. We pass. Do we lose on turn 2? Let's find out. Lush Port. Rainforest to yards. They don't need lands. Hollowed Fountain Shock. Oh god. Okay. Birthing Red is fine. I say this is like, wait 1 second. Is it fine? I don't know if it's fine. We will go E-Temp. Play Talisman of Impulse. Play Trinisphere. No Allosaurus Rider for you. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So go Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. Play Writhing Chris. Red. Colorless. Green. Triggers. Trigger 1. Always yield. Trigger 2. Always yield. Chalice of the Void. X equals 2. Done. Pass. So we have you under a double lock now. Well, I guess if you still play the Allosaurus Rider, you can still Birthing Rit, but there's a chance of you whiffing. Whereas at least with the Chalice, it means that you can't Neoform. Beseiju? Force. Fuck. I'm in danger. Green, white? Eladrami's Call. Allosaurus Rider. Pass the turn. Do you whiff on the Birthing Rit? 2 cards in hand. You do not. So what do you hit? Oh, you hit the Gulta. But you hit nothing? Holy hell. We might still have a chance. What are these shenanigans? Fetch with a Misty Ring. 'Tis a forest. You're telling me we might just have a chance. And pass. I'll take the 12. It don't got vigilance. Alright. We need to see a K command. We see a K command, we win. You sack the Gulta for an Atroxa. That's trouble. Nothing that I'm especially worried about. At least not off the bat. Chooses Xenagos Evolution Disciple. That's not what I needed. Attack with Sire 7 deaths. Well, I'm not dead yet. No blocks. 7, 8, and the pass. You can't attack with a Troxa, thankfully. Meticulous Archive. So you have the Eldritch Evolution. Glittering Wish for... Colossal Sky Turtle. Okay. So you're thinking about bouncing Sire? But you can't because you're 1 short. And when Sire gets a hit in, you won't be able... What? Oh, shit. Down to 2. Give me a fish. Actually, no, that's right. Up to 9. Shit. That's a problem after all. Damn. We'll take it. Down to 6. Birthing Writ. I choose not to. End step, fetch, Wooded Foothill. I think I need an Emrakul. Stomping Ground, tapped. And pass, and draw. That's not an Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I can, in fact, Sowing Myco spawn. I could not kick. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ah, I was really hoping for one more, because then I could go Sanctum of Ugin. Sire 7 deaths and Myco spawn question mark. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 'Tis a temp. 'Tis a sire. So they will bounce the sire. Oh, well, I did. Because now they bounce the Writhing Chris. Yeah, I did. I guess I should have blocked the Writhing Chris after all. Ugh. Damn. Damn. Because yeah, if he draw a card, the Jukabog would have done jack all. Okay. Well, yeah, we can only do so much there. I guess maybe if I kick the Myco, I would have been able to get rid of a blue source. Maybe that would have been enough. Yeah, I don't know. Neobrand's going to be one of those decks that unless I dedicate sideboard space to it, it's going to be really hard to interact with. And, like, it's definitely rising in popularity, so it does beget the question of, at, like, what point do we start dedicating sideboard slots specifically for Neobrand? And I don't know the answer to that, like, what meta share, but definitely something we'll have to consider. Either ways, though, solid 5 matches. 3 losses, unfortunately, but sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. Close matches against Murktide and even against Neoform. Solid win against Prowess. Not much to write home about there. But with that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you guys did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. For as much I hope that y'all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, which will allow me to start saving up towards a streaming PC, so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over on my Patreon, where you can get early access to my YouTube videos, as well as any updates I make to my deck guides. But on that note, folks, I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.